All right, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to another just another rambling session. Really rambling about nothing. That's what we hear. That's what we do here. But yeah. So today is Friday. Today was a okay day, I guess. I was somewhat productive. You know, go to Lowe's, buy some stuff. That's basically what I did this morning. Spend a little time there just browsing. That's what a man does. He goes to a hardware store, one of those big stores like that, and he just browses. Kind of like woman when she goes shopping. It's the same thing. Just we're looking at tools, materials, projects. You know, it's the same principle, I guess. But that's kind of what I was doing this morning. Just take a little time there. I had to go there and pick up some more topsoil and some more mulch for the garden. I pick up some topsoil because the dog has decided to dig some holes by the house there to almost get up underneath it there. So I was trying to fill a lot of that in because it's around some plumbing area, and I really don't want her to get into none of that. And I really don't want her underneath the house. She can't get through the other side because we have that new electric fence around it, so she can't get close enough to go through because we ran it across all the way around the perimeter, the back side of the fence, and then across the front side of the house and along the front fence there, instead of like trying to go like this around it this way. We just went, it was simpler, easier, it was quicker. So that's basically what I was doing this morning, and then just came home and just took care of doing some of that, little odds and ends, and then I took the dog to the vet to get her nails trimmed, and then we came on home, and it was kind of a lax day. I didn't do as much today as I normally do on Fridays. I kind of wanted to mow the yard, but anyways, I didn't get to do none of that. So that was Friday. That was my Friday. That's really about it. I told you that we're working on the renovation in the bathroom still. Tomorrow is the paint day. Most everything should be painted tomorrow except for the pocket door. So here in a minute, we'll go in there and we'll check all that out. Oh, the wife is outside watering her roses because she's got like, I don't know, I'm gonna say 70 plus roses. Okay, she's got 70 plus, and every one is different, except for maybe one or two might be the same, but for the most part, they're different. Each rose is different, and so that's what she's doing. She's out there watering. She hasn't really been paying attention to them right now because of the renovation. Because sure, that's where her mind's at right now. But once that's over with, she'll be out there attending to everything like normal, like clockwork. It's just trying to get this done. The painting for her has been kind of difficult picking. She just wants to make sure she gets the right color she's happy with, and she's not constantly going back and forth. Which I understand that. It's just trying to make it nice and make it look bright and colorful and just pretty. Now women are, they just like pretty things. So that's what she's doing, and she'll get it. No worries. So yeah, if we want to go and check that out real quick, and I'll just show you. I'm just going to make this a kind of a short video showing the renovation so you can see what we did. I wish I can. Man, I should have took some video of beforehand, and then now you're going to see after. I showed a little bit of what was done. I don't know if we painted anything yet. The vanity wasn't in one of the videos, I don't know, probably about 5 videos back, I guess, somewhere in there. We didn't have the new vanity. We just got the vanity in. We've had it for maybe a week or so now. So we're trying to get used to that, but we got to paint. There's a big mirror that's gonna go across the wall there. And yeah, so painting is really tomorrow, and most of the painting will be done except for the pocket door. So yeah, let's go check that out, and I'll see you over there in a minute. All right. Okay, welcome back to the bathroom. So now this is the bathroom. This is the master bathroom, or nowadays they call it the ensuite. I know, I guess I'm from old times, old school, but this is the master bathroom. So I'm going to try to get a good view of it, and yeah, we'll go from there. So, okay, I got this on a janky tripod. It's not really meant for that stand, but it's actually holding up pretty good. It's more like for a phone stand, but anyways, but yeah, this is the new the new vanity. So we can't see some of that down yonder. But that's the new vanity than the old one. So if you go back about, I don't know, 5 or 6 videos, maybe, you'll see the old one compared to this new one, which is really nice. I like it. It actually, everything actually lines up and matches, because the other one, the sinks and the doors were off centered, and like you had 2 doors, and this one only had 1 door, and it was like one sink was here, the sink was over there, and the doors were off. And then there was like 1 drawer, and then this had like 1 big drawer, but at one point in time, the old one, you know, it had drawers like this does. I don't know what they did to it. But anyways, this has got a nice, I think this is quartz. This is a quartz countertop. And then of course we put new faucets on there. Sorry, I'm kind of out of view there. I'm noticing I kind of don't like them. They look nice. The faucets look really nice. If I can't get a closer shot of the faucets here, but they're really nice looking. They look really nice. They're nice. I like the way. The problem is I'm right-handed. I have everything in my hand. So when I go over here to turn this on, it's just I'm having to reach over, and it's just, that's the only thing I like about it. But they're really nice. They work great. I mean, that's the only complaint I have about them. And then this is just a temporary mirror. This is one of the old mirrors, because we had 2 up on the wall and we took them down. We bought 1 long mirror. I figured that would work best because she ends up over here anyways on my side. And I figured if we put 1 long mirror, you could stand anywhere in here and she could do her thing and I could do my thing, and we won't be interfering with one another. It's just kind of my thoughts behind it. And then, oh, another thing which is cool, which is not there before. I'll try to show you. But this wasn't here. This little insert, I call it a niche, or it's an insert. But this wasn't here, and so her dad's been doing all the work in here, which he's done an excellent job. So he put that in for me, because before we had the sinks, they were above the cabinets. They sat on top. So I had all my stuff lined around the sink there, and I wanted everything up out of the way, and I didn't want to have to be reaching down here all the time to get my stuff and constantly have to pull everything out, pull everything. Now I just have my shaving stuff down there. That way hair doesn't get everywhere. But then everything else I can just reach up here, do what I gotta do, you know, when I'm getting ready to go whatever it is I'm doing. But yeah, that's the plan there. We went all the way back to the studs. That's what she wanted to do, because we ran a new switch over here. They didn't have a switch over here, which is weird, because you go in here, that's the lunch room into the back door. So when you walked in, you had to walk all the way over there to turn the light on. It was just, I don't know. So she wanted a switch, so we got a switch in. And yeah, basically from this side all the way around is what's been redone. This is the shower here. And we didn't touch anything here because this is already a nice shower. The only thing I would like to do later on in the future would probably be, I'm gonna crank you up here because you're still kind of a little low. Is maybe I want to put a shower door, a glass shower door over here, but we don't need to see all that. Anyways, let's turn you around. Let's look at this side now. This is what changed. I mean, it changed, but it didn't change, if that makes any sense. This wall there was already a wall here, but what we done was we had to take it completely down so we could put this pocket door in. Because before there was no door here. There was just a small opening. It was like, I don't know, it was 28. It was only 28. And so it was just, and there was plastic folding stuff here that, I don't know, it just didn't work, and you had to like go sideways, walk in. Now we could walk. So he took this whole wall down to see what we needed to be done, and then he built it back up and built it properly, because when they built the wall, they didn't build it properly, because I think at one point in time there was one of those big garden tubs was over here, and I don't know why they took it out and then built the wall, and they had this huge cabinet that was built. It was all out of cedar planks. All this was out of cedar. It was all cedar planks, all along the wall. This was whole cedar, and this whole box came all the way out to like right here, just like right past the toilet. But it didn't go all the way down. It was about right here. And down on the bottom was the plumbing to the old whatever, the whole tub that was there. So we cut those down, capped them off. And so that's done. And then she bought this cabinet. It's way smaller, but it works fine. And so tomorrow everything's getting painted except for the pocket door. She don't like that color blue. Here, let's turn it so you can see. What's crazy is we picked out the blue, and now she don't like the blue, so the whole door is getting repainted. It's got soft close, but you have to be like really careful with it, because if you don't, it comes undone and you got to take it apart and fix it, which is annoying. And then this is the utility closet. This is what I'm calling it, the utility closet storage. This had paneling on it on the back side here. Here, let's see if I can't get you in here so you can see. This is kind of like a quick rundown of what is going on. Now we got stuff back in here. See if you can, let's see without you falling over, because that's a little trippy. So see if we can't get me in here. So this wall here was just paneling, just cheap paneling from Lowe's, some brown looking stuff. And then these three walls are original sheetrock. And then the top up here we discovered after the fact, it was just metal tin on the ceiling. They just ran metal tin, trimmed it all out. It's like cedar. This whole thing was cedar. Every time you rubbed it, or touched it just come off like everywhere. It's kind of annoying and a pain. So they took the tin down, found out there was a hole right here. And I guess the ceiling had a leak, the roof had a leak in it. So then, of course, destroyed that section. So they just put a couple of slats and then put metal tin up there, and then had like two big janky lights. Metal boxes with just two big bulbs kind of sticking down. Well, I did away with that, and now I've got puck lights up there. And this is all new sheetrock. We took everything out, all the way back to the studs, because it was busted over here. The sheetrock on that wall over there was busted and sticking out, and I don't know why it was. Then we discovered it was like a huge screw this far, sticking out this far. That's no wonder why it wouldn't go back. So we just, everything redone. And then while I was doing all that, I don't know if you can see this, but up in that top corner up there, I moved all my internet to back here, because it was in the living room, and we use Starlink, because where we live out here, we really don't get good internet service. I mean, there's really like only one or two providers, and we tried one of them, and it was horrible internet. It was constantly restart the modem 3, 4, 5 times a day, because as soon as you get up, and it just fall out of sight, and it was just like this. And my wife works from home, and she has to have internet. So we went in Starlink when it was available broadwide, and then I just ran it all through the house, because I was just using this TP-Link, these two nodes, and I had one in the living room and then one in her office. That way I could hardwire, and that way she could have hardwire internet. But since we were doing this, I wanted to get it out of the living room and in here, and then this way I could actually do it properly. So now I put a switcher in. That way it comes in and it just goes this way, and then it goes that way. So her office is hardwired, my studio is hardwired, and the living room has got a hardwire. And it's a cleaner look. It's not in the floor. It's not coming up through the floor anymore. I actually drilled into the walls, went down, put plates on, made it look really, really nice. I mean, I put it's nice. So this is utility closet. So it's really not, we're not done yet. We still got to get everything reorganized. We just finally I put shelvings in here, because it had one shelf like right across the top here. It was a weird, I don't know what they were trying to build, but it was like one shelf that came here plus a board over here. I don't know what was supposed to be there. And then of course they had this rack here was original. So she left that, the lady that lived here before us. So, and then yeah, there was just the one shelf. So I decided when we redid all this, I wanted to do something different. So I kind of followed my wife on this and kind of used AI to help me a little bit, just to give me an idea of what it would look like. So I had it mock me up some what the shelves would look like. So that's what I did. So it turned out pretty good. I got some touch-up paint to do in some of this, but other than that, and this actually, these boards are the scrap lumber from the shelf that went across here and went. It was like this one long board that went all the way down the wall, and then one board. It was weird. I don't know what they were doing. It just didn't look right. So actually, I took all that and I cut it to the length. Save me some money. I didn't have to go buy this lumber. It was kind of nice. I had to buy the brackets or whatever those things are called. But other than that, yeah. So this is basically utility bathroom renovation. I mean, they've been doing a really good job and everything. So really I don't know how to. I'm gonna like end it here. We're not gonna go back to the studio, or I'm not gonna go outside because it's, what time is it? It's 7:40. It's almost 8 o'clock. It's probably getting pretty dark out there. But yeah, this is the renovation and what's taking place. Let's get you back, maybe a better view. We don't want to see the toilet. So, oh, and one more thing, a new lighting. I put these new. She's basically, what she's trying to do is, my wife is trying to get rid of what the person had here before and make it her own. She just wants to make this her own place. And so we're just doing little pieces at a time. Eventually, we're gonna get new flooring because this flooring is horrible. They didn't do a really good job of putting it down. They didn't really do a good job of anything except for, I think, putting the marble countertops in the kitchen. That's really about it. Everything else has kind of been kind of janky. So this has been put back the proper way. And so I hope when it is done, she's gonna like it. She'll be happy. And then I'll be happy, and then I'll have my bathroom back. So that's it. That's just a quick view of the renovation here. Basically almost done. Just painting. And then one day I'll have a glass door. But I'm not in a big hurry for that. So we're okay for right now. It needs one. I just think it'll just finish it off. But anyways, that's just a quick look at the renovation. And this has really turned out to be a nice cabinet, nice pattern. And then yeah, we're gonna go from there. And then when it's done, when this part is, I'm not gonna worry about the shower door, but when this is painted, and then when she does what she wants to do on that wall, she's got a weird design thing she wants to do over there. When that's done, I'll come back and we'll just show you the finished product. So yeah, okay, well, I'm gonna leave it there. Until next time, peace and ramble on.